Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where I need to do an emergency video because there is breaking news. Jason Ayto is set to leave the club. He informed staff today that he was leaving and he will no longer be part of Arsenal's plan going forward. I don't think this is the biggest surprise at all. He applied for the full-time job as director of football that, of course, went to Andrea Berta. And, you know, he, having not got the job, returned to his job as the number two. So I think it was only a matter of time before he did go. Andrea Berta will be keen to bring in his own people. I think that's sensible. It's what people tend to do as managers or behind the scenes, is bringing people they know and trust and are used to working with. But I think, you know, that was always going to happen. And I think this is the time now he sort of stayed, helped the transition from him as the interim after Edu went into Andrea Berta. And it feels probably right for him and Arsenal at this point to go. In terms of Jason Ayto's time at the club, I think it was largely successful for him. He, you know, was a key part of the work that he and Edu did to sort of take the club from where it was through to where it is now, where it is in a position where it can compete for trophies. Of course, that means that a lot of the signings they did make have moved on because the club has got better and therefore moved past them. But, you know, he was instrumental in several of the sort of signings that have sort of helped progress that during his time at the club. And I will wish him well. You know, not that he'd be seeing this, I'm sure, but I wish him well in his future endeavours. What I would say, though, I think it was absolutely right he didn't get the job. I think he had his big opportunity in January to get something done. Yes, Arsenal had limited funds, but I think they could have got an attacker in with the money they did have, and I think he failed to bring appropriate options to Arsenal's board to fund the money, or for Mikel Arteta to have the right one, and I think that ultimately cost him his job. But during his interim time, and it is of course very difficult as an interim because everyone knows he's not staying, and therefore, you know, he's you don't know what the long-term sort of ambitions are going to be of the club and where they want to go. But he has helped sort of kickstart off the contract talks for the likes of Martin Odegaard, Saka, Gabriel, Skelly, Wanyeri, you know, which are going to be really, really important and gives Berta sort of something to build off having arrived. And also, of course, he sort of started moving things forward with Martin Zubimendi. Andrea Berta, to his credit, has picked them up since he got here and has moved on those conversations on, as you would expect. But, you know, he's building on the work of Jason Ayto there. Andrea Berta, I'm sure, will bring his own number two in due course. But he is now firmly in charge and firmly stamping his authority on the club, along with Mikel Arteta. And I think that will progress at pace over the summer. But there we go. Jason Ayto leaves. He leaves with our blessing, but I think the right decision for Arsenal. I'll speak to you soon.